Hi everybody, we're in Southport, North Carolina. And like always, just give me a couple minutes to let people get on board, and then this one is actually haunted, and I will tell you the story in just a second. I hope the chat is working. Can someone let me know if they can hear my audio? All right, there we go. We got people. All right, let me just let a couple more people get in here, and then I will tell you the story of this most beautiful haunted mansion. Couple more people. Yeah. Although I'll tell you, it's not a scary ghost, and the story is kind of sad, but it's still a great story. I know. So I have been let me turn this around. I have been very MIA on the YouTubes, but in my defense, I kind of have a big announcement that maybe we'll do next week. And just the housing market, everyone has lost their mind. And I think everyone's just very stressed out in general right now. So everyone is flying their freak flag really high. Hi, just taking a video. All right, people are so damn nosy. It's a cell phone video. All right, I'm in historic Southport. I'm gonna turn this around. And I just need a couple more people because I don't wanna tell the story about the ghost more than once. Because the poor owner is waiting outside for me to finish up. So let me turn this back. All right. Just the outside the house. When we get to 20, I'll step inside. So I'm gonna start by telling you that this around here, this is one of our many coasts here in the Southeast North Carolina area. Beautiful historic downtown Southport, right? So I'll spin this around and we'll get started. I'm sorry if it's loud, people doing people things here. I'll have the mansion in my background. So Southport, Southport should sound very familiar to you because Southport is, well, it's just famous because it's so beautiful. I mean, look at these oak tree lined streets, but also it's where many terrible Nicholas Sparks books are based out of. Southport, North Carolina. It's also known for its stunning, absolutely gorgeous homes. Where's the mansion? Let me get back here. So she is for sale, and she has a hell of a story. Okay, so it was originally not Southport. It was Smithville, and that was after governor, whose last name was Smith, and he fought in the Revolutionary War. And then after the war, he came down to Southport and he was looking for a summer home, and he found this lot on East Bay and Atlantic, and he built his summer home on what was said to be one of the most beautiful lots in the area. I still have no objection to that, okay? It changed hands several times, as properties do, and then it fell into disrepair, as so many mansions happens to them. And then it was knocked down, and the Brunswick Inn was built on it, and that is actually part of what we see today. They tore down some parts eventually, and it became a private home. And I'll tell you the ghost story when we get a couple more people. But let's just go inside this thing because this is gonna blow your mind. This is an amazing house. All right, let's spin it around and not waste any time checking this out. So as is customary in North Carolina, we fly our state flag and we fly the US flag on most of our houses. This house is right down by the water, and you see here there's the plaque. So historic Brunswick Inn, 1859. Are you ready to be wowed? As you know, one of my favorite things, a ceiling rose. But so this is the formal entryway, and in your old houses, this is where you would greet guests. Now, what's interesting about this house, now I've showed you some homes that have pocket doors, but those are actually louvered, and you would want that here at this house because coming off the water, right here, you have warm ocean breezes. So on this home, the pocket doors are actually a louvered system so that the breeze would carry through. And then you have these beautiful features that have still been restored. Take a look at the floors. That is gold. You cannot find that at Lowe's. You cannot buy that. These are the original heart pine floors. I'll step back here so you can get another look at this room. But here's your formal entryway, and this is where you would have greeted your guests. And then, as typical of homes of this era, we have two former parlors, the men's parlor and the women's parlor. I'm going to point out this right here. This is a very specific kind of molding to Southport. It's called the Southport bow. And you see it in this area, and it is designed to look like the bow of a ship. So this is one of the former parlors where either the man of the house or the woman of the house would have hosted his guests. Have some, I doubt those built-ins are original to the home. This is still a really beautiful room. And again, if you look up at the moldings, you see that Southport bow. And like most old homes, every room had a fireplace because that is how you would heat the house. All right, let's spin around. So let's go to the other formal parlor. And here, same thing. You've got your original moldings, fireplace, beautiful piano. And then in this room, what I want to point out are the moldings up at the ceiling. So that is the original plaster. And I'm going to spin this around to give you a little old house pro tip. That kind of molding, that is not wood, that is plaster. Now, how did they get that up there? They got that up there, but you would take this like sort of large palette of plaster, you can see above me, and push it in the corner. And then what you see there, that design, is actually a form. So if you can imagine, I'm trying to think of something that, like how you would frost a cake, and you would drag the form across all the plaster that you smushed up there, and it creates that design. Today we usually use wood, or in a lot of new houses they use MDF, which is just cardboard and glue. It's garbage, but it's cheap. And then you would layer it, right? But that right up there, that is the original plaster, and you have to shape it by hand. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. All right, this is the piece de resistance. Everybody, put down what you're doing. It's not that important. Take a look at this room. We have a spiraled staircase and this absolutely stunning rotunda that goes up into the second floor. I understand that today formal dining rooms have fallen out of favor and people don't want to sit at something like this, but this is extraordinary. I mean, look at that. That is amazing. It's so beautiful. I love these homes so much. They are just such a story, and they put so much thought. I mean, right over here, perfect example. That's called an architectural transom. Do you need it? No. Do I want it? Yes. This is the side door. I'm going to guess that they would have actually greeted guests on this side of the house because it goes right into the formal dining room. Take a look at this piece of furniture she has. Cannot get that at Hobby Lobby. Cannot. Look at the detail. It's incredible. But this room, the poor seller is outside waiting for me for hours, and I've just not been willing to leave. I just want to spend my whole day here, feeling the breeze come through the louvered doors and spinning around, looking up at the chandelier. I'll take you, and again, you see that Southport bow, very classic here. All right, so the kitchen she remodeled herself, total babe cave, and take a look at that. We can't really tell if that is, how much of the furniture on. All right, let's try again. Works. Let's head upstairs and see if we have any better luck. Staircase. Sorry, I don't know why, but the buffering is an issue with any YouTube live, at least for look from the stairs. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Maybe it was the ghost. It might have been the ghost, and I don't think he likes me that much. Take a look here. That is a original plaster ceiling rose. And then here is the top of the rotunda. So this goes, and in the south, well, I'll tell you the ghost story when we get some of our people back, but look at this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I can only imagine what it's like to eat my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at night under something this extraordinary. So this, I know that this is not wood and it's not fake because I can see some of the chips in it, and I can also see around these edges where the plaster that sort of holds it up is. This is one of the places where the current seller first met the ghost, and we have a couple more people who we are missing right now that once we get them back, I'll tell you that story. And here's a top-down look from the staircase. Oh, these are so cool. Spinning around. All right, let's check out some of the bedrooms. Yeah, plaster really is art. I don't know, we've stopped doing it again. Now it's just all MDF. I've talked to you before about transoms, so let me spin this back. So a transom, these are for ventilation and for light. What's missing here that we've seen on some of the other houses we've done is that there should be this metal mechanism right over here, and that would open and close the transom. And before you had ductwork and central HVAC, you would use the transoms in each of the room. Usually there was an attic fan all the way up at the top, and you'd open up the transoms and turn on the attic fan, and it would literally pull the hot air up through the house. And that, so as beautiful as rotundas are, and they are beautiful, hello, there is some element of a cooling effect that they had. So they are both aesthetic and functional. Look at this view. Let me come back around here. This is her upstairs. She can watch the stars, and then she gets this incredible view of the Intracoastal. All right, is everyone ready to hear a ghost story? Let's spin this around, and I'm gonna go stand at the spot where the ghost was last experienced, although I've not had any interaction with him since I've been here. I'm probably the scariest thing in this house. Okay, so the ghost story is, when this was an inn, there was a harpist. He was 20 years old. All right, All right, so Tony was the harpist at the inn, and he lived on site with his family. He was only 20 years old and a brand new baby. And Tony announced one night after work that he's gonna go with his buddies and go take a sail, like a night sail right out there. So they go out, but they pick one of the ships that is ballasted with iron. Now, if you don't know what ballast is something that just when the boats are empty, that they put the rocks or iron or whatever it is to keep the boat steady until it's filled up with materials that are being shipped. So Tony and his friends get on a boat that's full of iron ballast, and they get out there directly across from the inn right here, and they start to mess with the sails, and something goes terribly wrong. They can't get the sails out. The boat ends up capsizing, and because the boat is full of iron ballast, it capsizes right over them and goes straight to the bottom of the river. So all the guys on board drown. And after that, Tony decided that it is from the inside. Well, he shut the door and latched it, and she had no way to get into the bathroom. So they had to cut the transom and crawl over there and open it up because Tony was having a moment in the bathroom. He was doing his paperwork. All right, so the way that she handled that, the way that the seller handled it, can the back the story up, please? I don't know, where did y'all lose me on this story? Anyway, the current seller said she came out to the rotunda, and she told Tony that if he didn't knock it off, she was gonna exorcise him. And then it stopped. And I think that's hilarious. She's said he was gonna kick him out, and then it stopped. So today he flickers some lights, he does things like that. Some people have heard him playing harp music. So when the boat sunk, okay, so I'll repeat that story very quickly. They were having trouble getting the sails of the boat out and open, and they were struggling with it, and the boat capsized. Because it capsized on top of this, you can ask me questions while I'm on. This is one of the bedrooms. So this is a 7-bedroom house, and it has functioned as an inn, as you can see. The current has used it for some Airbnb purposes, but she is off to bigger and better things right now. Bathroom. This bathroom is so beautiful. She's got a big, we usually don't see bathrooms that are this large on historic homes, but everything is just so classy. Would anyone like to guess the price tag on this home? Someone throw me, yes, the ghost does not want the story told today. He's giving me a hard time. Anyone want to guess? Price? 7 bedrooms, on the water, friendly ghost. This is my favorite bedroom. I just think this is so beautiful. 2 mil, close. 3 mil, close. I already told the ghost story. Oh, hear my story? Y'all know my story. Yeah, I put practically everything on the internet. Isn't this just beautiful? This is just so classic. I mean, look at that. That belongs in a magazine. That belongs in a magazine. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, did we get some prices? I said it's more than 2 and less than 3. 4.5, no, that's way too much. 4 million, nope, too much. Not in Southport, not yet. Give it a month, maybe we'll be there. Let's go back down. 2.5, congratulations, Cindy Trent. You are a justifiable real estate agent. You got it, 2.5. Let's go back down to my favorite spot. Look at this. This is so beautiful. Oh, I can't stand it. There it is. I'll give you one last look, and then you're gonna have to wait for the video to come out. Look at that. All right. All right, you all good to go? I don't know what it is about that kitchen. Maybe Tony, should we try it one more time? Let's just try it and see if Tony the ghost has moved to somewhere else. Let's see, let's try it again. No, this is not my listing. I came here with the TV station, and we're shooting a story about it, which is cool, fun for me. I'm hoping to find the buyer for it. Not too shabby. I already told the ghost story. Don't worry, you're actually a great way to describe it. All right, I gotta get out of here because she's been standing in the driveway for hours while I flaunt around her house like I own the place. 2.5 million. If anyone would like to contribute to Patreon or PayPal so that I can buy this house and have my babe cave back, that would be great. I'm only about 2.4 million